Rob, this one's for you.
Oh yeah.
1862 War for Virginia, or War in Virginia.
Okay. Yeah.
Civil War based game, solitaire only by Worthington Press. Comes in this tiny little box that you take with you. It is a chit encounter. And when I say for you, it's just because it's from Virginia. I don't think there's anything about this game that you would like other than the history. But it's all about the battles that occurred in 1862 in the state of Virginia during the Civil War, because that was a crux moment. That was a moment where the Union was right near Richmond, almost able to take it, and then the South was pushing on Washington, D.C. So, like, either side had an opportunity to end the war in 1862 instead of dragging it out all the way to 1865. The Civil War could have ended right here in Virginia early, but it ended up, like Wayne says, how he likes his football, in a tie. It was effectively a tie that season of battling, because back then people didn't battle in the winter. Like, once winter came, it was over. So this allows you to replay a lot of those battles. The way it does it is you're using these 4 tracks that are on the board. These 4 tracks, one is for the James River track. There's the Peninsula track. So I guess the Peninsula of Virginia, that's a thing, Rob. Then there's the James River. Then there's the Overland route, and then the Valley route. And each route leads either to Richmond. There's 2 routes that lead to Richmond and 2 routes that lead to Washington, D.C. You play as the Confederate player, and each round you'll flip one of these cards that will tell you about a lot of history, a lot of events here, and it's going to push the armies around. So, like, the Southern Peninsula Army is there. Meanwhile, the Union Peninsula Army has McClellan, and they're trying to defend Fort Monroe. So you're pushing these tokens back and forth, trying to get to the major cities. The Union, or the South, is trying to protect Richmond from being taken by the Union, which is the AI bot, is the Union. You're actually playing the Confederates in this game, which is a little interesting. It's a different point of view that I've not done before. I tend to play games where I'm playing the North, the Union, going after the South. But so you're trying to defend down here, spend actions to do that. Meanwhile, you really want to push into DC, because that's the win trigger for the South. Win DC, you win the game. Right? And then if the Union is able to take Richmond before you take DC, that bot wins the game. Super light rule set, very dice reliant is the word I'll use. But a lot of the cards allow for modifiers based on historical events that allow for some turns. Once you get to know what the cards are in here, you can kind of plan your actions. You have to learn to, in some of the meta, it's like, okay, allow the South to lose some battles. And if you lose enough battles, that's when it triggers bringing Robert E. Lee in. And now Robert E. Lee gives you the modifiers that you need to be able to attack Washington. Without him or Stonewall, you cannot take Washington at all. Like, you need a 7 on a D6 to take Washington, and you cannot do that without Robert E. Lee or without Stonewall Jackson. So you're trying to manipulate this political track and give some power to Lincoln, so that you then bring in Robert E. Lee. And then you want to push it back against Lincoln, but when you push the pressure against Lincoln, he takes McClellan and moves them over to defend D.C. All this stuff is happening. So it's this, I played this like in 15 minutes in bed on a little, like a tray, you know, those little food trays that you have. I don't know
TV
what to
tray,
call them.
yeah.
Yeah, like a little TV tray. I played it on the TV tray in bed, and then really enjoyed the history of it. The artwork is it's historical photographs, historical paintings, a lot of history text in there, but simple gameplay. So Chester, if you're still listening, War in Virginia, 1862 War in Virginia is a fun pocket solitaire game you can take with you, play anywhere, because this is the presence, this little board right here.
So you only ever play as the South, and you can win or lose whether you take Virginia or Washington. There's no tie. Like
there is a tie. So like in Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth, if at the end of the deck, you're going to discard 4 cards at the beginning of the game, so you won't see 4 of these cards. You don't know what they are. It's almost like in toy battles. When you get rid of 4 chits, you never know what they are, you know, but hopefully you're the chits that help your opponent, not you. You get rid of 4 cards, and then you flip every card. If you get to the end of the game and nobody has taken either Richmond or Washington, D.C., you then look at the political track, so the pressure track, and that gives you kind of a score. So, for example, if you can get up to 16, which is up here, between 16 and 18 on the pressure against Lincoln. So the South putting pressure on the North. That's a minor Confederate victory. So it's not a full victory, but it's a minor victory. Anything between 13 and 15 is going to be a draw. So historically, that was a draw. And then anything 12 points or less, it's a loss. So it's a Union victory. They won. So that's how you score the game if you're not able to take either of those locations. The Merrimack is here, Rob.
Yeah.
The Merrimack is there until an event occurs that I can't remember the name of the ship, the ironclad that killed the Merrimack. Oh, history.
The Monitor.
The Monitor. When the Monitor came and destroyed the Merrimack, you take this token off, and now it allows the army of the Union that's going up the James River to move faster. With the Merrimack there, the army that's on the Union army on the James River takes more die rolls to move forward and put pressure. So like you're really trying to push your attacks while you have the Merrimack. So I love ACW, American Civil War history. That I've been to Chickamauga battlefield. Like to me, this historical stuff is great, and this little game is just a banger. It just came out. It just released. I've been waiting for it because they have 3 games in this series like this from Worthington Press. One set in Pacific War, World War II. One set in the French and Indian War, I think it was. But none of them have the deck of cards. They all do that track thing where, the bot is trying to defend while you, the player, are trying to attack. But it's all straight up die rolls. And I'm like, that just sounds lame, right? Like I'm just going to rely on dice, luck-based only.
You love your dice.
Yeah, but I mean, yes. And I also like the cards, and that's the big differentiator in this game, this 1862 game, is the historical cards that change each turn. Each turn is going to be different because of those cards, so it really adds that more thematic feel, and I think it feels less of an activity where you kind of watch dice resolve, and more of, okay, this card came out. If I do these things, I can use this card to my benefit.
Okay.
There you go. First impressions, 1862, War in Virginia.
You're liking it.